Okay, this is the training tape for week 1. We're well into the season, so we're starting to see some better officiating. There's some interesting plays we have here. We're going to deal a lot with mechanics. We have 31 plays overall on this tape. 9 have to do with offensive holding. You know, it's the most contentious call that we have. So I thought we'd take a look at this. So first play, we're going to have a kickoff. And what I want to to stress to everyone, I know there are people who work Friday night high school and Saturday afternoon, evening, night college. We got to make sure we keep our rules separate and understand the differences between the two. I'm setting up this play because let's take a look at this kickoff. So we have a kickoff that is touched in the field of play, and as you can see at the top of the screen, our head linesman is properly winding the clock. But correct me if I'm wrong, the moment the ball crosses the goal line, we should have a kill the clock signal, because on Friday nights, once the ball breaks the plane, the play is dead. But what happens in this play is we let the play continue, and the runner gets tackled about the 6-yard line. Body language tells us we're kind of thinking a lot, and at the end of the day, the crew did get this right and put the ball on the 20-yard line. But this happens middle of the game. This happens at the end of the game, and we just ran additional time off the clock that should have never happened. So you think of it now. We start the clock here. We should stop the clock. Only about 1 second should have ran off the clock. I don't know if the crew reset the game clock in this situation, but we should have reset it. But let's just try to keep our rules separate, and it's a good point of emphasis in the pregame, if you do work or have a bunch of people who work both, to just go over the rule differences, okay, to help us out here. Next play, we're gonna have a punt, and punts and kickoffs is where we usually get ourselves in the most trouble. And in this situation, we're going to take a look at what happens, right by the kick returner. Okay, so we have a nice snap, a kick, a punt. So right here, in this situation, and I've mentioned this before, I know that the field judge at the bottom of the screen is probably looking at the returner. If I would like to see maybe this person here take a peek at the returner, because the two people threatening this returner are coming from this side right here. And as you can see, we have chase mode 1, we have chase mode 2. We have 2 potentials for blocks in the back. And this side judge at the top can see the returner, see a fair catch, and also officiate in front too to help out. What you'll see here is, let's watch this block right here. Shoved right in the back, right around into the returner. And we know once the ball hits the ground, even if they signal fair catch, which this person does, we don't have kick catch interference. But let's just say for a second, this block in the back goes in to the kick returner, and we have a flag down for a kick catch interference. So this is where we have to have a conversation between the field judge and the side judge of, was the person that went into the kick returner blocked into? In this situation, he was illegally blocked into. It doesn't matter if it's legally or illegally, but we would have to know that, because we'd have to pick up the KCI on this situation. But what we do get is a block in the back right here, which is a correct call. And then we have the play down here. So let's talk about the enforcement of this thing. So we have a block in the back. It looks like we have touching too. Maybe we have touching on this player right here, which is the return team. Okay, so that makes what? This ball is live. So at the end of this play, what should we have? If my eyes are correct, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like it hits number 3 in the back. We have a foul on number 3 in the black. And then we have recovery by the team in white. So what we should have in this situation is it should be white's ball, first down and 10 at the 15-yard line right here. Because obviously they're going to decline the penalty because they got the ball with clean hands. And, and this isn't an easy play to officiate. We have a lot going on here, and that's where, as the side judge at the top of the screen, we can't take this play off. And the other people that can help possibly, or maybe even one of the short wings here. I know it's a long look, but we have to shuffle down 10 to 15 yards in this situation to possibly help with this touching. Now, let's say it touches white first. It's a totally different story. We have a bag for first touching here. We have a block in the back here, and the end of the kick is way back at the 15, which means that we're going to enforce this block in the back at the end of the kick because we don't ever go from a first touching spot. It's going to be first and 10 at the 7.5 yard line for the team in black. But this was a good play to learn from because there's a lot to go on, that could go on. So this is a good pregame discussion. This is another good one. We had something similar last year. Okay, and referees, I'm going to warn you. I've talked a little bit. Let's mechanically speaking, I'd like to see the referee just at the bottom of the numbers. You're a little bit too wide right there. But forward, backwards passes, referees, leave this to your line of scrimmage people. Okay, because you don't have a good angle on this play if the running back is here and the pass goes here. You have a good angle here, but whenever that, and let's watch this play. I'll set it up. So we have a fake. I'm sorry. We have a handoff, forward handoff, which is disregarded behind the line of scrimmage. And then look, you can see the angle right here that this player right here is trying to throw the ball backwards. Okay, whether he does or doesn't, I can't tell because the ball's batted right away. But what I don't want to see is a referee signaling incomplete here. Because look at our head linesman. Our head linesman believes this is a backwards pass. The way he's reacting, he's not just body language wise. Let me rewind it back. He's sprinting back. So he's telling us we got a backwards pass. I don't know if the line judge is punching back or not. And this is a difficult look for the line judge. But it appears this head linesman feels it's backwards. And the referee comes in and kills the play and says it's incomplete pass. I mean, this play is inconclusive. But the point of the story is, referees, trust your wings to get this call correct. There's nothing wrong with letting this play out, having a crew discussion after the play, and then coming to the conclusion we had an incomplete pass. Because if we have a scoop and score here, we tell the sticks not to move, we have a discussion, we can wave it off and incomplete. We can piece it together. And we have a discussion with both coaches. I mentioned that the last year on one of the films. All right. Here's a critical spot in the game. And, I've talked a lot about hustle and showing that we're engaged in the game. This was a big-time game this week. Here we go. We got 4th down and 2 near the end of the game. We have a quarterback sneak. And do they make the 40-yard line? It doesn't appear that they do. But what makes my stomach a little bit upset is head linesman should be running in. Line judge should be running in, okay, on this play. I'll let this play out. You never see the line judge at all come in, and the head linesman is just walking in, okay? And I know as a wing, a lot of times you don't know where the ball is on plays like this. But that doesn't give you the excuse not to show a hustle. Just come in, dig for the ball, just like you would on a goal line play. You dig. You see the referee here, you see the umpire right here. They're both in like they should be. But neither wing who is responsible for spotting the ball comes in. And I think, and what happens is, as you can see, right in here, take a look, watch the ball pop up in the air, because ball pops up, now it's on the ground right here. And I think what we do, because we didn't bust in to see this, we spot the ball at the 40-yard line and give the team the first down. Okay, if we would have been running into a little bit harder, we could have seen that ball pop up and pop out. Okay, and then we could have spotted the ball, just short of the 40, brought the chains in for a measurement, and it could have just looked a lot crisper than what we had in this situation. All right, mechanically speaking, head linesmen and line judges, when the ball snapped outside this, I think it's for you, the 5-yard line, and I hope I'm not getting my Fridays and Saturdays mixed up. But as you can see here, we still got the side judge on the goal line and in good position. But head linesman, line judge, you got the spot to the 2. Okay, and this is a goal to go situation, so there's no rush to get down the line. What our head linesman does here, let me speed it up just a little bit. This is nothing wrong with this, but stop right here, because you can get a spot. You're standing at the 7-yard line. You can get a spot if he gets tackled at the 5, at the 4, at the 3. You're used to doing it the whole time. What our head linesman does, he gets in the end zone and runs right in front of the side judge, signaling touchdown. We'd like to see you stop right about here, and keep your eyes focused in here. Let the side judge handle the goal line, and that way, if they score, then you could just start coming in and making your presence felt for any dead ball action here. We're going to look at the mechanics of the field judge in this situation. And I get on Deep Wings a lot about their mechanics, but take a look at the mechanics here. So we have a long pass down the right side. Let's stop it right here. Look where the field judge is, and look where the receiver catches the ball. He has a 15-yard cushion. These are great mechanics. Head looking back, body turned. He's not backpedaling. This is just absolutely great mechanics here. The runner gets tackled. The ball comes out, but he knows the ball. The only thing I would like to see, he's coming in and killing the clock because he knows what he has here. The line judge is coming down. This is just really superb mechanics by the field judge in this situation. So just take a look at the cushion here. Not backpedaling. He sees everything going on, and what he does is, now that the runner caught it, he's slowing down just a little bit. Looks like we possibly have a fumble. I don't know, but he's going to be able to see that, and so is the line judge. So great mechanics here by the field judge. Another situation by great mechanics by the field judge. So we're going to have a long run. Guess what? This runner's run 30 yards. We still haven't seen the field judge. Still haven't seen the field judge. Now we see him. He's wide. He gets to the goal line, then looks back. This is phenomenal because, look, he's watching here. He's checking the line. He's moving a little bit, but he knows his line judge is coming down. And what I like here about this line judge, and little things, right? Line judge is not here, because if he was where this dot is, looking down the line, he would have these players in his way and not be able to see the feet of the runner. The line judge is in the white. Now he has a clear view of whether this foot is in or not, helping, because as this player gets further down, the field judge's perspective gets closer and closer, because he's going to have to see the runner dive, possibly, like he does here. Does he get inside the pylon? Yes. Does he lose the ball? No. But he takes his time, looks back, points, a head nod. You saw the head nod by the line judge right here, and goes up for a touchdown. This is just phenomenal mechanics by this crew, by this field judge and line judge in this situation. This is a great play to watch over and over again, because we have those. And, deep wings and wings, this is what we should strive to look like in this situation like that. Great job, crew. All right. Goal line mechanics here. So now we're snapped at the 6-yard line. So, okay, so we're going 7 in. We have the field judge and side judge here. Watch the mechanics by the head linesman here. Boom. Look where he is. Let's rewind back. Look where he is. He's not on the pylon. He's right wide, just what way we want, and he's still before the ball carrier starts to cross the goal line. Reach out, the ball's down, he comes in, pointing to the ground. My only suggestion here is this head linesman uses a finger whistle. Get your hand, point down, and then get your hand up in the air to signal the dead ball, because no one else does. We have to do that now. Next, I want to take a look at this block by the left guard here. All right. Starts our holding section. Left guard pulls him to the ground. Okay. Now, you can make an argument. I'm looking at this block right here. So he starts to get overpowered, and he just hangs on and pulls the defender to the ground. You can make an argument that possibly the pass is away when this happens, but situations like this, takedowns that are this close to the pass being thrown away, I'm fully supportive of us throwing flags here, because we can't just pull defenders to the ground like this. Okay, so this could be a foul for a reverse takedown. So next we're going to look at the right guard right here. Let me back it up a little bit. Circle who we're looking at. We're looking at this right guard right here. Let's see if I'm in midseason form. Right guard goes out. So let's go through our progression here. Right guard, we have a little bit of an outside grab here, right? So what can the right guard do? The right guard can either push or move his butt around to create the hole. So what does the right guard do? He moves his butt around. Is there a little grab right here? Possibly. But look where the runner is. So let's watch this in full time. We're not going to watch this slow because this happens full. That defender really never makes an effort to try and get to the runner. Next, we're going to take a look at the right tackle. I think it's the right tackle. Yep, number 56, right here. Watch what he does. Outside grab, drive, push to the ground. That's called an overpower. Okay? That's not a takedown. He doesn't twist with the hips. He doesn't throw. He just drives the defender right to the ground. Now let's take a look at the mechanics here by the side judge, who has great depth, gets wide, signals touchdown. Great job overall by this crew on this play. All right, next we're going to look at, let's see here. The running back and the right tackle. Okay, they're going to kind of double team block here. So let's take a look at it. And in this situation, this is going to be a key by the line judge and probably the referee who's on this side, who's working front side. So watch what happens here. So we have engagement right here by the tackle, and what's going to happen is this running back's going to come up and chip because he's trying to let his quarterback do a run pass option to the outside and scramble. So we have a chip right there, but now the running back takes over, right? So what does the running back have to do? He's a little bit beat. So if this quarterback comes around the end, we have a potential right here, and you could see the line judge looking right at that block, okay? But what happens right here, there's a little bit of a restriction here, but this is where we take a deep breath and let our eyes breathe. Let's go. Has a throw into the end zone. And that's a good job there for a good no call for offensive holding right there. Now, let's take a look at our side judge's mechanics here. And this is where, safety is important. And I know that we're challenged with nobody deep on the pylon. But as we can see right here, our field judge, if he was right here, right on the goal line, this wouldn't have happened to him. Okay, so if he's deep right here, and, I know that you field judge and side judge, you get worried about that end line because no one's back there. But you can feel when that play happens. If you're on the goal line right here and this pass gets thrown, this doesn't happen to you. And this is a dangerous situation, and I give credit to the field judge here. He takes a tumble, he spins, and watch him signal incomplete. Like nothing happened. and he gets right back up. So, for your own safety, this is why I mentioned to field judges and side judges and even line judge and head linesmen to get wide over here, because you can always back up here. If you need to if you feel that pass go deep into the end zone, that's where you could take a couple steps here. You could still officiate this line from here or even here, okay? Your safety is number one importance here. So we're going to look at the left tackle here, and it's a little bit hard to see, but I think you'll get the picture. So the left tackle, right here, he's beat, right? He's beat this defensive end has a clear shot at the running back, right? What does the left tackle do? He bear hugs him and then takes him to the ground. So contrast that with the earlier play where I talked about an overpower. This is not an overpower. He's beat. In the situation on the play earlier, that blocker was not beat. So he's beat. He has his arms wrapped around here, his arm wrapped around here. So he already has 2 strikes against him. And what does he do? He just bear hugs him and takes him to the ground. And what I like here is our head linesman is not ball watching. He's watching this tackle the whole way, just like he should, because that's the key block in this situation. And he throws a great foul, and then guess what he does? He continues to officiate. Come down, kills the clock. He knows the spots are relevant because it's 1st and 10, and that team's going to take that penalty for 10 yards with behind the line of scrimmage. Overall, great play officiated here by this head linesman. Next, we're going to look at the left tackle. And I'll say this to you. This is a tough play. Okay. So the left tackle here, I circled him. So right here, he's beat to the outside. He has to move his butt around. But what happens if this pass gets thrown here? Then he has to let go right away because he's beat. And does the defender make an unnatural move? So look right here. Look. Let me back it up further. So we do have a pass to the outside. Now he's beat, right? He's got to let go. He's got to let go, right? I'm going to rewind this and watch the unnatural movement by number 30 in the white. Right there. It's that unnatural tug. It doesn't look like much, but it's enough that 30 cannot make a play on this situation. He eventually does get downfield, but there's a significant gain of about 7 yards on this play. So in this situation, I think, or what possibly could have happened is our line of scrimmage official might have been worried too much about this catch. And I understand what that could be, but this is the block you should be looking at right here. That's your block. Check it out. Looks like there was enough of a tug there for an offensive hold. Next, we're going to look at the block by, I believe it's this fullback. Okay, he gets faked to. So look, his job is to block this blitzing end right here because this tight end's going to the second level. So I'll slow it down. Right here, he's beat. He is beat because he has to come out and chip him to the outside. But watch what he does. He reaches out with his left arm. So he's beat and he's reaching. Okay, and this opens up pretty good to the referee who's back here. I know it's a bit of a long look. And this also opens up right here to our head linesman. Okay, watch. So let's watch the play. Reach, and he spun. Okay, and you see that spin by that defender. That defender gets spun around because of the reach, not because he's trying to make the tackle. The arm causes him to go around. And this is a hook and restrict right here. So this would be enough for a foul for an offensive hold here in this situation, for a hook and restrict. Yeah, the lineman gains a couple yards, but let's not get into the habit of just determining whether or not we call a holding foul by how many yards a runner gains. If the runner gets tackled right at the hold, especially by the holder, I can understand why you would not call a hold. But anytime we gain a yard or two, it's a situation where we should have a holding call. We're going to take a look on this play and by the left tackle and the right tackle and the left defensive end. So, and our line judge does a nice job here on this play. So we have an immediate, so we're head to head. So initially we don't have anything, and what I also like is the line judge is not looking at a back who's probably his key, because he knows in this situation, let's rewind it back a little bit. Let's look at the formation. He knows with his referee lined up here, his referee has to officiate this tackle because there are trips on the top side, and the head linesman is looking at these two while the side judge is looking at that person. So that leaves the right tackle on with no one as the key, and the line judge smartly picks this situation up. So look, right here, our line judge sees this, I don't know if you can tell, pinned back by the defensive end. Pins back the head of the, and this is prolonged enough, and our line judge sees that, throws a flag for hands to the face. Now, the next part, which makes it more difficult, is take a look at the action by the, so after the right tackle gets pinned back, he just holds on, and I talked about unnatural movements. Watch the unnatural movement by this left defensive end. He's hanging on. He's not going to want to make a tackle with his back. Extremely difficult play to officiate because, hey, we got the hands of the face. We're feeling good about ourselves. But this is also enough restriction here for an offensive hold. Take a look at this. He holds on a little bit too long, and he goes to the ground. So in a situation like this, we should have 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, illegal hands to the face on the defense, and a hold on the offense. Those penalties will offset, and we will replay the down. Play number 89. We're going to look at the left tackle and the right defensive end. So as we can see in this situation, we're looking at this matchup right here. The left tackle's beat, so what can he do? He can either continue driving or push this player to the ground, and in this situation, he just continues to drive his feet and pushes this defender right to the ground. So this is a good no call here by the line judge and possibly the referee, who was maybe working front side in this situation, to not call a hold on this left tackle because it's just a push down to the ground. So this next play, we're going to take a look at the center. Right here. We had one earlier. This is our bread and butter umpires, center and both guards. We should have a clear look and a clear focus look on this. What happens here is number 69 just pulls him right to the ground. Unfortunately, we don't get this. And, we just got to be a little bit more focused on a play like this. Because really, that's the only person we should be watching, because neither guard has anyone to block. There's a nose guard on the center. That should be our focus, because we should be right on it on the legality of the snap. And watch him pull him backwards to the ground right in that situation. That's a reverse takedown. All right, that's enough of holding. We're going to move the blindside blocks. We have 2 plays on blindside blocks. The first one is not a blindside block, and we'll explain why. It's going to happen around the 35-yard line. So we want to keep an eye out on players moving parallel or back towards their own goal line. So watch this player right here. He's moving parallel. But as you see, he's going to block this defender here. He sees this block coming. Okay, even though he's moving parallel, because I don't want to make there's an absolute anytime a player is moving parallel or back towards his own goal line, that it's a blindside block. But he is the person being hit is able to defend himself. He actually delivers a bigger blow and knocks the blocker to the ground here. So that's a good job not calling an illegal blindside block in this situation. All right, next play, we're going to take a look at the wide receiver at the top of the screen. Okay, the play is going to start to this way, and then it's going to reverse back the field here. And whenever we have reverses or broken plays, it's another area where our antennas should be going up. Okay, so what happens here? I'm sorry, it's not that. It's actually, I think, the quarterback. Yes, it's the quarterback who's right out here. So number 4 reverses field, and the quarterback comes back towards his own goal line. So at this point, this number 16, he is just looking right here at this quarterback. Has no idea, this running back. He has no idea that this blocker is coming right this way. So let's take a look at the hit. Right there, even though he hits him from the front, and he may slow down ever so slightly, look at the way that the follow-through by the quarterback in this situation. And it looks like there possibly could be head contact there. So let's not try to talk ourselves out of situations whether or not they slow down or not. It's just like a block charge. This guy who's blocking better be still or better lead with their hands. Okay, in this situation, this is a blindside block that springs the play and should be called in this situation. All right, 2 plays on late hits. Hopefully you'll be able to tell the distinction here. So we have a pass play that goes incomplete, and it's not a hard hit, but it's a hit to the head. Okay, if he hits him, if he just jumps on the ball, and there is a little bit of contact to the leg area here, then I could understand us not throwing a flag. But we do throw a flag here, which is right, because this is a forcible hit to the head. We'll play that back one more time, and it's late. The defender had plenty of time to hold up, so good job here. Now let's contrast that hit with this one right here. So we run up the middle. Is it late? Yeah, possibly, but it looks like the force is mainly to the ground here, and he just lands on top of the bulk here. So in this situation, I'm fine with not calling a late hit. Okay, I talked to the kid, I talked to the coach, but it was to, if the force was anything, it was to his maybe lower back. It wasn't with the defender's helmet. It wasn't to the runner's head. Areas we want to protect. But I think this is a good situation where the crew did a good job of laying off a late hit on this situation. All right, illegal formations. We should pride ourselves, line of scrimmage people, on not these are all focused plays. And right here, we do a good job. We get 5 in the backfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We like to put them where they want, but when the line of scrimmage, I think right here is the 38-yard line, we can't put any of these players on the line of scrimmage. So we had good focus by this crew. They saw the 5 in the backfield, and they got it. This situation here, again, we like to be a little bit liberal with our alignments, but look at this this right tackle. This right tackle is lined up as deep or deeper than both of these slot receivers. We don't like to be technical. This left tackle is starting to get a little bit deep, but he is barely breaking the plane of the center, so we're okay with this left tackle. But there is no way this right tackle is anywhere near the line of scrimmage. This happens the first play of the game. This is a foul. Okay, this is not in the warning zone. This is not in the talk to zone. This is clear and obvious. There is a yard difference here between the butt of the center and the head of the right tackle. So this is a foul for illegal formation on this tackle, no matter what time in the game. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means we only have 6 on the line of scrimmage. All right, next play. Another illegal formation. Let's take a look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ball snapped at the 49-yard line. There's no way we can put any of these players on the line of scrimmage. Okay? Don't go looking for it, but again, it's got to be a part of our pre-snap routine. We have two plays with one play with a DPI, one play with an OPI. We're going to take a look at the widest receiver here. Watch the action on him by the defensive back. We do a good job throwing our flag here. So why is this DPI? Okay, so the ball's in the air. We have 4 eyes looking for the ball, but watch what the defender does. He grabs a hold of the shirt of the wide receiver. And this is another situation where, side judge, you should be, kick that G back and you should be here. Okay, allow, if you're worried about this end line, allow them to go around you while stationary here. If they get deep, then follow them to the end line. That's how we want to do it, mechanically speaking. So if you're here, you already see this grab. Restrict, and do we have 4 arms and four eyes? We have 4 eyes, but we can see the 2 arms of the defender are pinning back the 1 arm of the offensive player. We do a good job of throwing the flag, continuing to officiate the play. It looks like that we call a hold. So let's talk about the difference between holding and defensive pass interference. So when we see the hold right here, we see the hold, we find the ball. If we look back to the quarterback and the ball is gone, then it's what we call a hold that turns into a defensive pass interference. Okay, the difference is in the enforcement of the penalty. Okay, 15 yards versus, I think, 10 yards. I don't believe in either case we have an automatic first down. And, when we're looking here, both of them will be probably half the distance to the goal line. But either way, it could be more important later in different spots of the field. But we see the hold, we look back, we find the ball. In this situation, we should be going with defensive pass interference and not defensive hold. I want to give real kudos on this play to the side judge. This is the last play of the game in a blowout. Okay, watch what happened. This is we could have packed it in, and it was like 48-0 or 48-6. This side judge doesn't pack it in. Let's watch this. Let's watch the action by the receiver at the top of the screen. And our categories of offensive pass interference are blocking downfield, creating space, picking a defender. Let's look at here. We have a pass thrown down the field. We have an offensive player who clearly creates separation by shoving the defender to the ground, catches a pass, throws it in the end zone. This is a great job here on the last play of the game. We could have mailed it in, just said, you know what, I'm not going to call this. I just want to get out of here. Side judge doesn't do it. Excellent job here to continue to officiate, throw the flag, kill the clock, and go report the offensive pass interference. Great job right there. Power through. Legal shifts. This one's a tough one. Okay? The team never gets set, right? You have these guys who come out and then watch the player go in motion before they come set. So this receiver has to set prior to them snapping the ball. In this case, we have more than one player moving. And, you can even look up here, head linesman. 27 doesn't get set before he goes in motion. So, we'll piece this together, and we should have a legal shift here in this situation. Here's another strange play that the crew does a really good job getting. You don't see this very often. Number 27 is the 11th player running onto the field forward. We do get this for an illegal motion. I would have no problems, actually, if you killed this for a false start. Good thing, nothing good is going to happen in this situation. Good job by this crew to be aware that number 11 was coming in, moving forward to snap. Like I said, you can kill it if you'd want to. These next couple plays are where our eyes can deceive us, and it was a great job by this crew. Watch the motion by Watch the motion, man. Does he cut up? Man, it sure looks like he cuts up, right? Let's slow it down frame by frame. Does he move up ever so slightly before the ball snap? Maybe a tick. But guess what? The ball's moving. Great job by this head linesman not to call foul for illegal motion. Same thing here. Let's watch it. Let's watch it live first. Wow, it looks like he cuts up, right? Line judge does a great job. Watch the ball. He cuts up right as the ball is snapped. Again, another great no call here. Next one, watch it live. Ooh, he had a cut up, right? He had a cut up. Slow it down. Watch the ball. Ball's moving. Then he cuts up. Another great no call here by the head linesman. All right, catch, no catch. This is the last play of the tape. This one's a tough one here. So we have a pass to the bottom of the screen. So we have a sliding player. So I spoke earlier about the mechanics of the field judge. So in this situation, the field judge is not on the goal line. So optically, I'm sure he can judge the goal line, but we want to be back. This is a situation where depth is our friend here. So we'd be deep on the goal line. This is where our line judge, we can spin and look, and this is a two-piece process here to get this play correct. Okay, so we have a pass, and we have a sliding guy and a sliding wide receiver. We know the pylon's out of bounds. Okay, so if this receiver touches the pylon, and here's the ball right here, before the ball is caught, then we have an incomplete pass. The receiver's knee touches out of bounds before the ball is caught. We have an incomplete pass. And then we have the situation, if it's complete, where are we spotting the ball in relation to the goal line? So that's why I would like the field judge to be right on the goal line. I would like to see the line judge here spinning, and it's going to be each one of you are going to have a part of this process. The field judge is going to have possession of the ball probably, and whether the ball crossed the goal line, and the line judge is going to have did he have possession prior to his feet touching out of bounds. Okay, I cannot argue anything that the field judge called here because A, we don't have a good camera angle, and B, he sold the heck out of this. Look at them. He comes in, calmly kills the clock. He calmly kills the clock and spots the ball at the 1 yard line. So, all right, that's this week's training tape. Hope everyone has a great week 2. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I appreciate all those who have watched the videos and subscribed to the YouTube channel.